Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. I know it's been quite a while since I've been uploading anything, but we're back into the January transfer window, so we're going to do a little update on stuff. Basically, we're going to be looking at some of the transfer rumours, what's been going around the Premier League teams. So it's been a little bit quiet. First couple of days, I've only just opened the transfer market, so it's not exactly going to be that busy at the moment, but we've got a couple of interesting stories coming out of some places. So yeah, I'm going to try and do these maybe a couple of times a week depending on how things go. So let's just get into today's transfer window roundup. It is Wednesday at the moment. It is coming out on Thursday, so if some of these do happen overnight or something like that, then I do apologise, but at the moment none of these look like they're going to be happening like very soon, so it could happen like mid-January. So yeah, let's get into the first player, and the first player we're going to go with is going to be Samuel Umtiti. Now he does play for Barcelona, and he's actually being linked with a move to Man City. Apparently Man City are going to be paying this release clause, which is about 53 point something. Yeah, I think it's about 53.2, something like that. That is his buyout clause. Apparently they've already approached Barcelona to buy him, and they said they're going to pay the release clause. Apparently they've already talked to Umtiti as well. Umtiti basically said, give me a few days to a week or something like that to have a think about things, see if he actually wants to leave Barcelona to join Man City. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually does leave Barcelona, because Barcelona are one of the best teams in the world at the moment. So why would he want to really leave them to go to Man City, even though Man City obviously won the best around as well. But he only signed for Barcelona last season. I think he only bought him for about 26 million euros, so pretty cheap. So yeah, he only signed last season from, and he's actually been playing week in, week out for them. So he's a very good player. Like I say, he's only 24 years old, still quite young. He's quite a strong player, quite a quick player. Good, actually, all-round stats, really. He's a very good player. Be interesting to see if he does come, whether he'll come in and make the first team, because obviously he's got Otamendi and John Stones playing well at the moment. Company's doing well when he plays. So whether he'll come in as a backup or a first team player, I'm not quite sure. I think Man City want to try and get rid of Mangala, so maybe there's a swap deal in there somewhere. I doubt it, but yeah, they do want to get rid of Mangala, so they obviously want to get someone else in. I'm looking at Umtiti. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see if he does actually come in as a starting player or just a backup player. So staying in Manchester, we're going to be looking at Man City's rival, that is obviously in Manchester United. And they're going to be looking at the Italian left or right back, whichever one you want to say. There's going to be Matteo Darmian. Now he hasn't played that many games in the last, say, month or so, since Luke Shaw's come into a bit of form, and obviously since Ashley Young's been playing quite a lot recently. He's seen his position kind of drop back to the bench, or even not in the squad at all. I don't really think he's a Mourinho type of fullback that he wants to have at the club. I think he wants to try and get, I'm not sure what his name is, I think it's like Gulan or something like that from Napoli. I think he wants to try and get him in. But whether he'll do that in the summer or not, I'm not sure, because I'm not really 100% sure what he's going to be doing with Luke Shaw, where he's going to sell him in January. Maybe you give him a new contract and he'll stay beyond the summer, because he's been pretty good so far since he's been in for the last couple of weeks. So maybe actually change his mind and want to keep him, but I'm not really not sure what's going to happen with that one. But anyway, he just want to get rid of Matteo Darmian, and clubs that are interested in him from Serie A, obviously where he grew up. At the moment, there are clubs like Juventus and Roma after him. Not really sure on the price, what they really want for him, or what people are going to be actually trying to get him for. So I'm not really sure about the price or anything like that. Whether it will be a permanent one, or maybe even a loan one might actually come in. So I'm not really sure about what's going to happen with this one. He's a very good defender. I do like him quite a lot. I just think he's just not a Mourinho type of player. So I can see this one definitely happening, whether it be in January, like I said, or if it would be in the summer. So this one I'll keep an eye on, because I think this one will definitely be happening. So sticking with Man United, we are going to be looking at Lucas Moura, plays for PSG. I think Man United want to try and get a winger in at least in this transfer window. Seeing they looking like they want to try and get rid of Mkhitaryan, but I'll talk more about that in a later date, to just see if anything happens with that one later on in the January transfer window. But yeah, they look like they want to get a winger in, like they did in the summer. They're trying to get Perisic in, they didn't happen. So they did look at Lucas Moura as well in the summer, but nothing happened there. But it does look like Mourinho looking at Lucas Moura once again. He does want to try and get him in as a loan, but PSG said they're only willing to sell him obviously with Mbappe and Neymar there, and the likes of Di Maria and people like that. They don't really want him on the books anymore. They want to try and get rid of him, as well as Ben Arthur. So it'll be interesting to see if they do try and work out a loan deal, or if they just say, you know, we'll pay. I think they want around 30 million, 35 million for him. So it'll be interesting to see if they do try and work out a loan deal, or if they just say, you know what, we'll buy him for 35 million. We're going to try and get rid of Mkhitaryan, so they might get a bit of money in that way. So you're going to see if that's going to actually happen. Like I said, I do think they'll try and get a winger in, whether it be Lucas Moura, like I said, or whether it be someone else. But I think they will be trying to get a winger in at some point to try and get rid of Mkhitaryan. So there's one to keep a lookout as well. So next one we're going to go with is going to be Ibrahim Amadou. Not sure if I pronounced it right. I have no idea who this guy is, so I apologise straight away. All I've just seen is Crystal Palace have put a 60 million bid in for him. He is a centre back who can play in centre defensive midfield, or just in the midfield. Yeah, like I said, not a lot I really know about him. He's from Senegal. He's only, I think he's about 24, 23, depending on his birthday, obviously. So he's still quite a youngster. Yeah, apparently they did try and buy him in the summer, but nothing really happened there. But yeah, they put in a £60 million bid for him this time. Whether that would be accepted or not, I'm really not sure. And I'm sorry that I can't really tell you much about this guy, because I have no idea who he is. He plays for Lille, from Senegal, plays centre back or in the centre midfield. And that's really all I can really say about him. Whether he'll be coming in January, because they're going to be, well, I'm not sure about the African Nation Cup. Maybe he won't be available until like mid-February again, like a lot of the African Nation players. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually do get him. But like I said, they put a £60 million bid in for him, so we'll see if that one does happen. So for this one, we're going to be heading down to the Championship, and it's going to be Alex Pritchard. He's been linked with a move to Huddersfield. Not sure this is going to happen. Apparently they've had 3 bids rejected, 2 in the summer, 1 already in January. Apparently they want to try and get at least 8.5 for what they paid Tottenham for Pritchard. So they want to try and get that much money back for him, plus a little bit more. And Huddersfield don't want to pay that much for him. So I don't think this one's going to quite happen. Be interesting just to keep an eye on it, just to see if it does happen, obviously if you're a Huddersfield fan. Yeah, not really sure this one really is going to happen. He's a decent player. I do like him. He's an English player. He plays in the centre midfield, maybe even a cam position, or even on the wing. He's a very versatile player. He's a decent player. He's still quite young. Again, he's only about 24. Yeah, I do like him. I think he's a really good player. Whether he's actually a Premiership quality player, I'm really not sure. I think Championship is where he really is good at. He'd be a decent squad player for someone in the Premiership, like a Huddersfield. It's not exactly that bad of a signing. 8 million plus though, I don't really know if that's going to be a lot more than what they really should be paying for him. Like I say, I haven't seen that much of him since he left Tottenham. With Tottenham, he didn't seem like that bad of a player, but he didn't really get a chance in the Premiership to really show how good he is. So it's a hard one to say if he's actually going to be a success or not. So the next player we are going to go with is going to be Emre Can. I think everyone really have heard about this one, so not going to really spend too much time talking about this one. Everyone knows who Emre Can is, or Emre Can, sorry. Plays for Liverpool. He's been linked with a move to Juventus since the summer, really. Can't really see him signing a new contract, really. I can see him going to Juventus in the summer on a free transfer, or even to sign a pre-contract in the next end of the month, or in the next couple of weeks anyway, to sign for Juventus. Obviously Liverpool have got Naby Keita coming in for, I think it's 55 million from Leipzig. So they already got someone coming in as a replacement for him. Obviously I think they would probably like to sell him, just get a bit of money in for him. You know, like everyone does, like, you know, like Sanchez and Ozil, like Arsenal are trying to do. Yeah, so I think this one is definitely going to be happening in the summer. Not likely in January, but a January pre-contract will probably be signed. So that is why I've got Emre Can here. So like I said, that is all I'm going to really say about him. I'm not going to spend too much time on him, because neither of everyone has actually heard of that rumour. So yeah, we'll keep that one as it is. So the next player we're going to go with is going to be Nicolas Gaitan, a very good player from Argentina. Does play for Atletico Madrid, used to play for Benfica. I think they signed him for about 20 odd to 30 million. Very good player. He doesn't really get a chance really in the Atletico Madrid side anymore, especially with Carrasco being there. So there are a few clubs in the Premiership after him. You've got the likes of Southampton, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Everton. A couple of years ago there were talks that he was going to go to Liverpool and Man United, so he is actually right up. He's a very good player, quite a quick player, quite a skillful player, not exactly the strongest player. He's got quite a short midfielder, so does play on the wing, on the left or the right, normally on the left. He's a very good player, I do like him. Like I said, it will be a very good signing for anyone who gets him, depending on how much they're going to spend on him. Obviously, I think it's going to have to be in a 20 million plus region, just because the likes of the market is what now. Especially with Van Dijk going for 75 million, you know. So, for someone who can create a lot of chances for players around him and get the odd goal, I think it's actually going to be a really good signing for 20 to 30 million. Actually, a very good player to get if you can. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to be a transfer or a loan, but it does look like he's going to be leaving Atletico Madrid in the summer. And like you said, there are a few clubs in the Premiership who want him. There are a couple of clubs in Italy, Bundesliga, and a few other teams around. So it's not exactly going to be one of these players who's easy to get. It's going to be a lot of teams after him, but whoever does get him is going to be a great signing. So we come down to the last player, and it's going to be Sandro from Everton. Now he has been linked with a move back to Spain, and he's been linked with a move to Sevilla. Now they got a new manager, so it looks like he wants to try and get a new striker in. I don't know what to make of this one. I do like Sandro. He looked like a very good player last year playing for Malaga. I think he's got like 15 or 16 goals and about 24 appearances for him. So he looked like he's going to be a very good signing for Everton. Obviously, he hasn't really worked out that much. He hasn't actually scored for Everton in the Premiership, at least. I'm not sure about Europa Cup or League Cup or anything like that. But Premiership-wise, he hasn't actually scored. Doesn't actually get a lot of game time, if I'm being completely honest. He doesn't really seem to be in Sandro's plans at the minute. Obviously, Everton are looking to try and get a new striker in. They're looking at Tucson from, I think it's Besiktas, I think it is. But to be honest, I'm not really seeing that much of that guy. So I can't really say if he's that good or not. Obviously, it's always a tricky when we get in a player from a different country coming in. They're either going to be a hit or a miss. That Tucson, I think he's got like 16 goals in like 21 appearances, something like that. So stats wise it looks good, but yeah, it could be like Sandro was, because like I said, Sandro last season 16 goals in about 24-25 appearances, and he can't get a game over here. So it'd be interesting to see if he actually does sell him, or he does go on loan, or if Everton maybe get rid of Nias or someone like that instead and try and get someone else in. But I'm not sure with this one. But like I said, he's been linked with a move to Sevilla. Sevilla want to try and get another striker in. Obviously a new manager there. Wants to try and build his own team a little bit. And they know how good Sandro was in La Liga last season. So it would be a no-brainer to sign him back. Not sure if it would be a loan or a transfer. Not sure how much the transfer would be if it is a transfer. But he's a very good player. I do like him. Just a little disappointing he actually hasn't really been given a chance to really show how good he is. Yeah, you know, it just happens sometimes with some players. They don't really get a chance. Obviously, with Coleman getting sacked, not easy when a new manager comes in when he's not really someone who's bought him in. So, yeah, disappointing that he might be leaving, but hopefully he does stay and obviously prove how good he is, because I do like him, like I said. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. So guys, that is going to be it for the transfer rumour update. Like I said, it is on Wednesday. Obviously this would be out on the Thursday. So if one of these deals does happen overnight, which I don't think is going to happen, I think it'll be a few days to a week or so before anything actually does happen. But yeah, that's a little roundup for today anyway. Like I said, we'll try and do these twice a week if I can. But I have said that quite a lot over time, and I actually haven't uploaded any videos like the last 2 months or so. So do apologize about that, but yeah, try and get it back on track, try and get some stuff coming a bit more now than the new year. But yeah, we'll try and come back either maybe like a Friday or a Saturday, maybe not quite sure. Like I said, with it being in January, not a lot of deals actually happen. It's more mid-January to the end of January, so might do them twice a week or maybe 3 times a week. I might just do once a week or twice a week just for now. Obviously when we come to the end of the year, or the end of the transfer market, sorry, I will start doing a bit more regular and do some more updates. So yeah, like I said, that is going to be it for today's episode. So I did hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, then hit that like button. If you are new on here, hit the subscribe button, much appreciated. And like always, if you did enjoy the episode, hit the dislike button and let me know why in the comments to improve on other videos. I'll catch you all next time. See ya.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Woo! Endless celebrations all in my house. Yeah. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. Yeah. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time